I understand that James is still in the building and he will be back in just seconds to play music. I'll go see if I can track him down. Well, look who showed up. Well, thank you all for sticking around to see what this second set holds. I'm as curious as you are. You know, I'm inclined to go buy you guys a cable. Come on, Clint. You know this thing's shorting? This cable is shorting. I've got it precariously balanced, but it's working. You're so polka dots. I think you're just as cool as they get. Well, there's two of you, so you're twice as cool. Yeah. Well, let's see what else is in this guitar. I knew a man, he had a good loving woman, but he was cheating on her all the time. And cheating and suspicious go hand in hand. It was driving him right out of his mind. And one day, he said, buddy, you gotta help me. If you got a secret, tell it to me, please. Well, it ain't no secret. I got one good woman, she's the only one that I'll ever need. She is the reason for the sunrise in the morning, 'cause without her the sun don't shine. She is the light of my life, and I'm gonna love her till the end of all time. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. I wouldn't believe it if Casanova himself was to call me on the telephone. Said, hey man, just calling a word to the wise, but you better get yourself back home. I'd have to laugh and tell him I do appreciate you taking your valuable time to call. Well, you might know all about all of them others, but you don't know my baby at all. The sunrise in the morning, 'cause without her the sun don't shine. She is the light of my life, and I'm gonna love her till the end of all time. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. Well, that bought me a good month and a half with my girlfriend, I'll tell you what. That was all right. I heartily recommend it, you songwriters in the house. Write a song for her, you're golden for a good long while. If you got any sense in your head, it's going to be a nice song. And if you don't, If you write a mean one, you deserve what you get. My opinion. I know from personal experience the nice ones were. This is where a mountain used to be, a mountain used to be here. This is where a mountain used to be. We took it down 'cause it got in the way, and you can't have that. This is where a mountain used to be. Got in the way of the world, and you can't have that. It got in the way, and everybody knows that you can't have that. No, you can never have that. This is where a mountain used to be. This is where a mountain used to be. Why we keep these photographs. They tell the checkered stories of our past, and everything that's come and gone is cataloged and kept along with reliable information and detailed illustrations, elaborate explanations as to why these things are gone. There is no right or wrong as progress marches used to be. It made itself a nuisance, so you see. We let it go 'cause it got in the way. You can't have that. This is where our conscience used to be. It used to be. Used to be. It's where it used to be. It used to be. Another one of James's happy little ditties. Where I live down in, surprise, surprise, down in Southern California. I live well outside of the Los Angeles area, you know, or used to. About 3/4 of a mile up the canyon from me, this big construction company came in there. You know those big earth mover machines with the big wheels and the blade about as wide as this room? They had 80 of those things running 6 days a week, 9 months. They took out 3 mountains, flattened it and turned it into golf courses. This was good, solid coyote country, and these guys built these $1 million mansions that sat idle for years. Aw, just broke my heart. But I remember watching that happen and thinking, my goodness, you can't stop it. So I just wrote a song about it. I did not write this. I meant to. I saw too many cartoons when I was a kid. How's he go? Just doodling. Thanks. Let's see here. Years go by, taking so much with them as they fly. But the one thing that they leave me with is memories of you. And it's funny how, with a lifetime between then and now, all I need to do to see you is be still and close my eyes. After all these years, after all this time gone by, from out of the blue would come these memories of you. But they still go on, and they're still so strong. I sometimes wish I were a wiser man, so I could disregard it when some sentimental memory comes to mind. But predictably, I give up the struggle willingly when my heart hears you whisper softly in the night. Imagined after all these years, after all this time gone by, from out of the blue would come these memories of you. But they still go on, and they're still so strong. I sometimes wish I were a wiser man, so I could disregard it when some sentimental memory comes to mind. But predictably, I give up the struggle willingly when my heart hears you whisper softly in the night. Thank you so much. That guitar keeps coming up with these songs. I just don't expect them, and here they come, and what's that doing there? You know what? I love my job. This is just as cool as it gets. That being said, I want to say thank you to everybody in this room for listening to these songs. It means everything. Oh, here's one of the new ones that's on the album you can't get because it isn't finished yet. Marketing genius again, right? On a cold winter morning, just before dawn, a young man takes a last look around, turns up his collar and quietly slips out the door. And along with his memories of 17 years, in his pocket a picture he found of the family he loves with the child he can't be anymore. And he walks as the sun rises over the road to the future he's got to go find. Oh yeah, after all, this is the life. An apartment somewhere in a city, she's covered with bruises again. This happened before, but he cried and he swore that he'd change. But promises will be forgotten, it seems, when the bottle gets close to the end. And the bruises may heal, but she never will feel the same. By the time he wakes up and discovers she's gone, he'll be 500 miles behind. Oh yeah, after all, this is the life. Empires fade into memories, and memories will fade over time. And the precious few years we're given for living can pass in the blink of an eye. How quickly the moments go by. Remember that this is the life. It turns out that this is the life. Right here in front of our eyes. This is the life. This is the Thank you. Wow, that was a happy little tune. snappy little thing. Let's see. Here's one that is indeed a happy little song. Summertime, nothing troubling on your mind. The gentle breeze feels so fine. Let the summer shine. And you know the lazy days that ebb and flow, like the tide they come and go. Let the summer shine. And it's always summertime when love is around. Those skies are dark and gray. 'Cause if you take all the love you find and pass it along, the summer sun will shine and light your way. So you see, it's simple as 1, 2, 3, easy as anything could be. Let the summer shine. I got off the road, it was last year, I got off the road and I'd been out for about 4 months, and I love my guitar and I love to play my guitar, but sometimes you're just done with guitar. And I got home and Melinda had picked up a ukulele. And, well, that's a nifty little thing. It's just kind of sitting there on the bookcase. I pick it up and so I made up this little song, drove her nuts, because I spent 2 weeks trying to find a sad note on a ukulele, and I determined there is no such thing. It's going to be a happy song, you know. So then when I left town, on the next tour, I mentioned that it was indeed Melinda's ukulele, so it stayed home. So I was sitting in a hotel one night, and I thought, God, I miss my little ukulele song, so I worked it up on guitar. And it's fun. That's on the new album, too. Anyway. This is the non sequitur life that I live. It's like a surreal pinball machine inside my head sometimes. Probably sounds crazy, but this thought occurred to me. Tell me if you think I'm out of line. We could just keep driving and forget to turn around. I can't think of anything we could not leave behind. And we could leave this place today, or we could turn back now and stay, and spend a lifetime wondering what might have been. I can't recall how many times I've heard one of us say how we'd like to leave this one-horse town. And I don't know what makes this time so different, but it is. And there's a world out there that's waiting to be found. Let's not even take the time to pack a bag, 'cause we may find if we go back we might not leave again. We'll bring along our memories and souvenirs and company, and go see if this highway ever ends. And we can leave this place today, or we can turn back now and stay, and spend a lifetime wondering what might have been. Each and every choice say. So if indeed our lives are made of these, we should be traveling down the road that runs between here and our dreams. And we could leave this place today, or we could turn back now and stay and spend a lifetime wondering. Sounds crazy, but this thought occurred to me. Tell me if you think I'm out of line. Thanks, you guys. Well, I am going to close with this next song, but not before I express one more time my appreciation for you coming down here and listening to these songs you've never heard before. It's a great honor to play this music for you, and I mean, there's nothing that means more to a performing songwriter than to be listened to. So, from me to you, thank you very much. Take some music home if you'd like, or get on the email list so I can let you know when I'm back in town. I'm going to be in the Pacific Northwest for about 2 more weeks. I've got a show in Anacortes tomorrow, and then I'm back here. I should mention, I'm doing a arranging guitar for performing songwriters, for solo performing songwriters, here at Soulfood Books Sunday from 5 until 7. It's $15 if this is what you do and you're curious about how I go about coming up with these arrangements and stuff. It's all yours. Come on down. Anyway, thank you, and see you next time. It's been said so many times, you can't go home again. The very thing you were looking for has changed. Even though I know it's true, still I hope I find something I remember still remains. I'm going home, going home. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going home. It led me down these endless roads, chasing after dreams to find in time they fade. As a young man, I was sure there would come a time I'd find what I was looking for somewhere. I can see so clearly now, gazing through the years, all I ever wanted was right there. I'm going home, going home. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going home. Might be the last thing I ever do. Going home, going home. Thank you so much, Soulfood, and everybody in it. I'll see you next year.
My little dark eyes, how they smile at me beneath that moonlight, so deep that